Hey there, my friends. Eric Andreas, your guitar sage here, and today we're going to learn Me and Bobby McGee, written by Chris Christopherson, but performed by Janis Joplin. This is a fantastic song that I grew up with, and we're going to learn it today. So we're using a lot of basic open chords, what I call, these are, maybe 1, 2, 3, 6 chords out of the 9 essential chords that every guitar player should know ever. The first 9 chords that you should ever learn. So I'm going to show those to you. Well, actually, I'm just going to show you 6 of them today. The other 9 you can find, or the other 3 you can find in the first 30 lessons that I teach all my students. That link is below, and it's free. Okay. So here we go. This is super easy. Now, there's a couple caveats to this tune. It's a real easy tune, first off, but there's a couple caveats because it was written many years ago. It's a little bit different than the kind of style than what people do now. So the chord progression, even those simple chords, can be a little bit hard to remember. So I'm going to help you do that, okay? If your ear's not so keen, okay? So first off, let's go into this first lick here. So, well, let me go over the chords here. I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. We have G, a lot of G, a lot of D7, and there's a C. Okay, and that's the first part before the modulation or transposition, where they transpose up a whole step into a new key. But it's okay because the chords that we're using there are A, E7, and D. All open chords, super easy to play, okay? Hopefully you've watched those 30 videos, or at least the one on the 9 essential chords, and you're back and we can do this now, okay? So let's go into it. So first off, the beginning of this goes so basically what we're doing here, and I've seen this interpreted many different ways, and most of them are wrong. Basically what's happening is some people will saying go into the C chord, but we're really not doing that. Hanging on to that low G, but we're kind of forming this C chord in between there. So you can almost think about a G chord like this. Most of you probably play it like this, but if you play it more like a C chord, so you're playing second and third finger here, then what it allows you to do is allows you to free up. Okay, folks ask me all the time, how do you play a G chord? How do you play this chord or that chord? Play it the way you want to play it, but just understand that sometimes you've got to change your fingering around to do other things. So if I was playing it like this, I couldn't do this. I could go, which is suspending the chord, but it's not really doing what they're doing here in the song. So grab the chord like this, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you're freeing up that first finger. Okay, and so what that does is that allows you to go. Now notice that my second finger's not down. It could be, but I decide to not do it in this tune, and I let the third finger hit this fifth string here, just to mute it, like that. It's easy enough. If you fret this, it'll kind of mute it automatically. And then the little notes in between here, you're gonna act like you're fingering a C chord, but you still got the G and the G up, G on the bottom, G on the top. Easy enough, right? If you just do the suspension, it doesn't sound right. Okay, easy enough. Now, normally I would count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 4 measures. But really, the way the drums work in this tune, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. That's how we're counting, except for the end of the song when it doubles up. Okay, so really we got two measures of G in the beginning here with our lick, and then we got the verse here. So a busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. When I was feeling near's my faded jeans. This is a D7 chord. Okay, when she says my jeans, my humps, my lovely lady lumps. Anyhow, sorry. The D7 right there. D7 is a D chord. if this is a little arrow pointing this way, now it's an arrow pointing that way. This creates a little diamond, looks like an arrow pointing that way. That's how I always remember it. But this is part of those 9 essential chords. Check out that video series. It's free. Or you can visit me here in Nashville and I'll charge about $1,000 and it'll take 30 weeks because there's 30 lessons in there. The most important lessons that everybody needs to know. So check that out. Okay, so we got the D7. Bobby thumbed the diesel down. Now notice that my thumb too is also muting the 6th string. I'm muting the 5th string there as well, but you could just mute the 6th string because this low A would sound out still if you're doing this big strumming. And the A is part of the D chord, the D7 chord, so totally fine that you play it, okay? So, but either way, you gotta mute that low E string. You can't do this. That sounds like poo-poo, and you don't want it to sound like poo-poo, okay? So, Bobby thumbed the diesel down just before it rained. Rode us all the way to New Orleans. Now notice there, we went to the G again, and then we did that fun little C chord with a G in the bass, C/G. Okay? And by the way, let's talk about the strumming here real quick. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4 in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Or down, 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 up, down, up. I don't like counting that way. It's best to count ands so you know what's down and what's up. If you don't understand how to do that, or you have any issues with strumming, that's part of that 30 free lesson or 30 free videos lesson series that I've got that you can get below there. But I go over all that 1, 2, 3, and 4 and with all sorts of strumming rhythms and exercises, okay? So really, what I like to do is I like to break this up into, like that's still the verse, but that's the first half of the verse. So this is where I said it's a little bit different, okay? So most modern pop music, you know, we could call this a pop song, essentially. It was on the radio and it was very popular. They have the same chord progression all the way through the verse, for the most part. These kind of older school songs like this and Miss American Pie and things like that, they kind of meander. They go longer, the chord progressions do. So in this case, the second part of the verse is a little bit different, and it goes like this. I pulled my harpoon out, my dirty red bandana. I was playing softly while Bobby sang the blues. We got a G7 there. I didn't mention that. So I was playing softly while Bobby sang. So right on Bobby, you got that G7. Bobby sang the blues. On blues, you're hitting a C chord. Windshield wipers slapped in time. I was holding. Okay, so C. Windshield wipers slapping time. I was holding. That's a G. I was holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every. That's a D7. We sang every song that driver knew. Right? And then this is kind of like a third part of the verse, if you will. So we got 1, 2, what we just did, and then the third part is, and you're gonna have to just pardon my singing. You're here for a guitar lesson, not a singing lesson. So we got freedom's just another word. So we got C. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. There's nothing that ain't nothing. It ain't free, right? So we got a C, G, left to lose, D7, nothing that ain't free, C, feeling good was easy, Lord, when it sang back to G, good enough for me, it's a D7. Good enough for me and my Bobby, McGee. Key change. Okay, so you can write these down if you want. Let's talk about the chords really quickly. So the first 2 measures, right in the beginning of the song, are G. That's the one with our right. The first part of the verse goes G, 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 D7 4 times, and 1 G. Okay, so that's 8 measures altogether. The second part of the verse, it goes G, G, G7, C, C, G, D7, D7. Okay, that's another 8 measures. And then the last 8, 9, 10, 11 measures before, or I should say the last 10 measures before we go into the key change, go C, G, D7, G, C, G, D7, 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 G, and then we're modulating into A. Okay, so but I'm really want you to use your ear. This is a great song where you should really try to use your ear. Why, Eric? Why are you saying that to us? It's easier to just memorize. Why don't you tell us the chords, Eric? Because I'm trying to take your training wheels off and help you to become an independent musician. You don't need me. You could do this stuff on your own, but I'm trying to help you become an independent musician, and you need to use your ear. And this is a great song for using your ear because we got these meandering chords, these measures that don't add up for the most part compared to pop music today, which your ear may be attenuated to. Okay, so do a lot of listening. Otherwise, rewind what I just said there, or look at the transcript or the captions or whatever, and that'll help. Okay, so here we go. So we got this key change here, right? And it goes. Let me see where we're at here. So good enough for me. Good enough for me and my baby, Marty. Then we got this A chord. Now, everything that I just told you, we're basically doing the same thing again, except now we're in the key of A. Before we were in the key of G, now we're in the key of A. So instead of G, D7, and C, now you're going to play the same exact chord progression, same way, but A, E7, and D. Okay, so I should probably go over it with you here. So from good enough for me and my baby McGee. Here's our key change. So A, from the Kentucky coal mines to the California sun, Bobby shared the secrets of my E7 through all kinds of weather. Everything we've done, Bobby kept me far from the cold. I don't know the lyrics. Okay, so second part here. We're basically, you can see we're doing the same thing. So this is a great place to use your ear and to use these chords in the exact same way. We're just in a different key. Conversely, you could use a capo, but you're gonna have to take your hands off the guitar, move the capo up one whole step, and play the same exact chords, the G, the D7, and the C. You could do it that way, but I don't suggest doing that. Learn these chords, buck up, and learn these basic chords. It's going to be good for you, okay? My friends, let me tell you one other part of this I got to tell you. So up until now, we've been doing this, so 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and... But you notice kind of later on, after we go through the key change and we go through that whole thing, we got... It basically picks up not so much the speed as it does the feel of the song. So, good enough for me, good enough for me, my Bobby McGee. It basically picks up in dynamics, and strumming wise, you're going to be doing more accents. Again, listen to this. It's way easier to listen to this stuff and to take a moment, listen to the song, and get the feel of it than it is to try to explain it. It'd be like me eating an avocado and trying to make a YouTube video and explaining to you what a friggin' avocado tastes like. All right? I can't do it. No one can. Okay? You got to eat an avocado. All right, my friends. Hey, please let me know how I can help. I love teaching folks how to play guitar. It's my life's passion, amongst other things, but that's one of them. So please let me know how I can help. Here below, you can leave your comments, hit thumbs up, and subscribe if you like it. What else? I'm on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Please let me know how I can help. By all means, my friends, take me up on that $1,000 free course that you can get by clicking the link below. There's no tricks. It's 30 of the top lessons that I've loved to teach. That if you were to come to me in Nashville, it would take you 30 weeks and cost you about $1,000. And but I wanted to provide something for folks who ask me so many questions here on YouTube. I get hundreds of comments and emails and everything a day on all my social platforms and what have you, that I wanted to provide something for folks in India and in Canada and Australia and every place else where they can't come to Nashville and take lessons from me. So here you go. It's free. The link is below. Check it out. Please let me know how I can help. I'm Eric Andreas, your Guitar Sage. Please spay and neuter your animals, be kind to one another, and don't trust the man. Big fat liar he is. What am I, Yoda? See ya. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train.